Greetings from Denmark. Happy for you to be here, and unfortunately, because of the COVID, we cannot meet in person. I'm very unfortunate with that, but we'll have to do it this way. Short introduction to who I am, since I can't meet you. I'm Thomas Troels Smith. I'm 45 years old, and I work daily as a business consultant and as senior advisor to the municipalities in the region in the areas of sustainability, green transition, and mobility. I have been employed in electromobility for almost 10 years now. Started back in 2011 with a company called Better Place. And back then, Better Place was the world's first largest startup in electromobility. Maybe some of you have heard it. Maybe some of you have tried to actually drive a car with an exchangeable battery, which was the main focus of our business. Business was invented by a shy guy, and he did very impressive work. Back then, unfortunately, we were stopped in our vision and our really big effort to change the world of electromobility back in 2013. And therefore, I was employed in a different project, which was called Drive Now. And hopefully, a lot of you knows Drive Now. Yes, just to finish up this presentation, I was involved in Drive Now in launching this system in Copenhagen. Most of you may be known Drive Now. It's in a lot of city electro car sharing system. We were happy to introduce the biggest system with electrical cars in Copenhagen, and I was a part of that project, which was really. Afterwards, I've been working as an independent consultant. So I've been working with e-mobility and the green agenda for now almost 10 years, and then I've been involved in the BS project, and that's why I have the pleasure to talk to you today. So the BS project, most of you have heard about it if you've been joining some of the earlier talks. Our part in Denmark was to get involved in the use case scenarios, trying to create different use cases with e-mobility, or in general, you could say. And what we did was the one called use case 3.1, which was about urban logistics. Just a short introduction to Høje-Taastrup municipality, what's the main city of this project. It's a small municipality of Copenhagen, as you see here. It's a part of the regional capital of Denmark. It's just 25 minutes, and we have about 80,000 square meters and about 50,000 people living in this area, in the municipality. It's mainly middle and low income area, so we don't have the money to invest in too many Teslas, but it is a growing business area, and lots of more young people are coming into the city and now starting to inhabit the city because house prices in Copenhagen and the city center are very high. And therefore, people are now starting to get into also Høje-Taastrup to buy a place to live, which is very great. What we have and what was the base of our project was the Transport and Logistics Center, which is one of the largest transport hubs in Denmark. Of course, also because of this situation that it's only about 20 kilometers from the city center. So it's very well placed for that. And therefore, we also use this location to actually trying to create these use cases. So we also have these 5-6 big logistic and shipping companies situated in the transport center. So we thought that we had a great base. Right in our use case was actually to see if we were able, as a municipality, to facilitate the meeting between the charge spot operators and the businesses, and of course the municipality, to engage and to create a partnership which could what you could say, create a winning formula in terms of that would actually benefit e-mobility, benefit the municipality, and also involve the charge spot operators in a different way. So by doing that, we also had to talk a lot with the OEMs. Since we don't have car production in Denmark, we have a lot of agents importing the cars. And we actually managed, which was very important for our project, is to get all these cars, which are the ones presented here in the picture. We have 6 different cars involved in our use cases. We need to test these cars because still it's very new in the Danish market. Some of you might know the situation about cars selling around Europe and also in Scandinavia. We have a lot of cars being sold in Norway. Unfortunately, we don't have that many cars sold in Denmark. Only about 50, now about 20,000 personal e-vehicles are sold in Denmark. So it's a really, really low number. And that market is also very low in terms of commercial fleets and bigger vans and trucks like these we have in the picture. So we engaged with all the importers and said that we need you to help us out. We need to get these challenged in the daily life of companies and how they would operate in a normal functional during daily life and operation. And therefore, we are very lucky that we actually had all these cars presented in our use cases, which is also presenting the total fleet in Denmark of what you can actually buy. In the middle, you see the Mercedes E-Canter, which is actually a truck, 7.5 truck, and we were very happy to engage the first one in Denmark actually on wheels, and also being able to showcase that one. So what we try to do is that we engage with one of the big companies in this transport center, which is called Danish Freightman. As you see, they have this logo, Danish Freightman, and it's the express version of this company. The distribution of high-end goods to shops around the urban city of Copenhagen. And they do a lot of this packing and loading from the trucks in the transport center, and then they go into the city many times during the day. So lots of daily deliveries. They actually did a test of almost 1.5 years, and in that period of time we could test 5 different events, which was really nice. We had to install some infrastructure, so we installed a charge bot, which could work, so the cars were actually packed and then charged right outside the parking lot, which was really nice, so they could work on a daily basis. And most of the cars were tested on a period of 3 months. And as I said, now it says 12 months. We actually had 1.5 years of tests. And the charging was only the 3.7 kilowatt charging, which we could call slow charging. And then in the end, we managed to establish a quick chargers, which could give us some lots more juice into the car by 50 kilowatts. So, so that was actually a really good test also. What we managed to establish was a cooperation between a large perfume and cosmetic company and this Danish Freightman Express. And they actually got involved in a totally new project, trying to make sure that all deliveries by this company was giving to the dealers around the city center only by these electrical cars, which was a question that the company was actually wanting, because the headquarters, which is placed in France, they demand this kind of deliveries now. So they want a totally emission-free delivery. So we were really happy to get that involved in our project and to make it happen like this. Then we have a different one, Årstiden, as you see, the company branded here on the truck, which is a really large Danish company, very well known all around the Danish communities, and they distribute these ecological vegetables, fruits, fresh fruit, and meal boxes to inhabitants all around Copenhagen on a daily basis. And then we got this beautiful Mercedes E-Canter, which can take care of all these small boxes that needs to be handed out. And we were happy that this, as I said, it was the first time we actually had this car in Denmark. It has been challenging. There has been some daily operational challenges with the car since it's still undergoing tests, but we were very happy to involve it or implement it in our use cases. We have a period of 6 months of testing. The daily drives is between 80 and 120 kilometers, which is also the full range of this car. And then we combine it with charging at home, at the home station depot, with a slow charging, 3.7 kilowatts. And then on the go, during the daily operations, it quick charges all around the city. And then the last one we've had is actually a new company, which is called Nordic Transport and Logistics. They do a lot of last mile deliveries of meal boxes, and they do it mainly in the nighttime. So we also had the chance to try to do deliveries during evening and nighttime schedules, which is a big difference also for electrical cars because they're very silent. We also had the test of a new MAN TGE car, and we were able to do this with quick charging also from a DC charging point at the parking lot right outside the home depot in Høje. So that was also really nice. They did a lot of daily trips, mainly between 60 and 120 kilometers, so it's still low range driving, which is a big surplus in this because the cars are still, in the first models here, are still very limited in range. Then another very important issue also to get involved in our use cases was that we needed some quick charging to be established, and it's not possible to establish that in the transport center. So, but very close by we have the IKEA, which of course is a great big workshop, lots of people going there. And then by having these partners involved with infrastructure, with which is in Denmark called Eon. Our partner here were happily to get engaged, and then we got some extraordinary funding from the regional capital to establish this quick charger. And by having this quick charger, then the car we used in the Danish Freightman, the use case number 1, was actually suddenly now able to drive several more kilometers a day, because in the first period of time we did our use cases, it was only able to operate from 8 to 12 o'clock in the morning, because then it had to charge, and the slow charging was unfortunately 5 to 6 hours. So the car was actually only operating 50% of the time, which was in a business case scenario not a good thing. It would definitely make sure that the company would never invest in a car like that, because they need 100% operational time. But by having this quick charger really close by, then it was actually able to operate on a much more effective way in the daily operations. So that was also part of the business case. So what we actually achieved is that by facilitating this and by helping out the companies to provide the car, the infrastructure, to engage them in trying to find customers who were interested, we got this quick charging charge bot installed. We actually had 3 partners with successful implementations of e-mobility in their daily life. All of them are now interested in investing more. They want to buy their own vans. They already have actually procured 8 to 10 new e-vans of these companies in 2020. So that's a lot coming from zero to because of the project. And they also actually got new customers, new businesses in Denmark who wants green deliveries, who wants to do it only in a green and 100% zero emission way. So actually some of those new business contracts has been signed based on the project and based on the use cases. We also have this first e-canter, so we actually got the first truck on the roads because we did this pilot. And now the business cases are becoming more positive. They're actually the financial side is of course very important. But we have seen now that because of this open-minded attitude from the businesses, but also from the logistic companies, you could sign new contracts which are long-term for 3 years, and they actually have a positive outcome for both parts. So that's very positive. We also have all the test of e-vans now available, or we've done that, so we can actually talk about the differences in the cars and the performance, which is good when we have to explain other companies about these the possibilities in the e-mobility market. And now we're also pushing the agenda on the political side, and therefore we've just received now a benefit in kind program in Denmark, which has a value of 4 million euros, which has been given out to the companies who wants to buy and invest in small trucks and lorries, for which of course has to be 100% electric. So that's positive. So that's some of the results that we've achieved. I think my time is almost done. You can have the presentation afterwards, but we've had a lot of pros and cons, which of course is very good in discussion forums to say what worked and what didn't in terms of these projects.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Great presentation and great thoughts. So, any questions for now? If not, please send them in and we will answer them later. And please clap for the presenter. And no, Thomas, okay. Thank you and see you tomorrow.